Hi, Bill Zeltman, the real estate guru here, to talk to you about 17 places to find prospects. Everybody knows they need to prospect. There's not a realtor out there, right? Don't we all agree? We all need to prospect more. But the problem is so many realtors will go, they'll get in their war room, they'll sit down, they'll start to make a phone call, and they'll try to make multiple phone calls, and next thing you know, the list runs dry. The well runs dry. You just don't have people to prospect to. Well, not anymore. We're going to share with you 17 places to find prospects. As we go through these 17 places to find prospects, you're going to find how easy it is and how many prospects are around you. They're everywhere. You just need to know where to look. I feel your pain. I've been there. I remember when I was a new realtor and I was sitting in the office and I listen to lessons that I teach now. 3 hours a day I need to be prospecting. Well, here I am an hour into making phone calls, and all of a sudden I didn't have anybody more to call. Well, that's never going to happen to you again. Here's your solution. We're going to start number one today in our first place to find prospects. And this is kind of a setup, but here's the thing. You need to set up so you're ready to find your prospects. Well, the first place to find new prospects is by setting up in areas that are high turnover areas. What's a high turnover area? Well, if you go into your MLS, identify areas where lots of houses are being bought and sold. I use an absorption rate calculator as a broker, and what this shows you is actually, and if you don't have one of those, you can get in touch with me and I'd be happy to share this tool with you. But what an absorption rate calculator is, it shows how many houses are for sale in a market, how many houses have sold in a market, and if you put a market on the house, it tells you how long that house should sell based upon what's going on. A high turnover area is an area where lots of houses are selling. People are looking to buy and sell there. It's a hot market. Next thing I want you to do is I want you to identify who are the heavy hitters, who are the big players in that market. Who are the actual realtors? Do you see the same person's name, or do you just see the same sign? Whether, I won't use any big names on here, but just say, do you see this brand sign or that brand sign? And you look and you see the brand sign over and over in the neighborhood. Well, they're the big players. So what I want you to do is identify them. Now what I want you to do, I want you to identify their strengths and identify their weaknesses. Now, when you start to prospect in that area, when you start talking to people in that area, what I want you to do is I want you to speak to their strengths as if they're your own. Then I want you to speak to their weaknesses. Not to say that, hey, my competitor, they don't know how to this or they don't know how to that. We never badmouth anybody in real estate. But what you're going to do, because their reputation is out there, you're going to take their weaknesses and make them your strengths. This is the key secret to working in a higher turnover area, especially where there's people already established. You're going to get in there by finding a hole in the marketplace, something that the other realtors aren't doing well, and you're going to make that your strong spot. So this is the first tip to finding prospects. Find out where properties are being sold in your area right now. Make that area your farm, and we'll talk about farming later on in these tips. And get in there, know who the other realtors are in the area, know who the big names are, learn their strengths, learn their weaknesses, make their weaknesses your strengths, be able to show that everything that they're strong at, you're strong at as well, and continue to hammer that area. You may identify 400, 500 houses in a housing development. How many phone calls is that for you to make? So this is your first of 17 places to find prospects. Join us again next time as we go through the second place to find prospects.